Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. Today, we are joined by some of the boldest voices in the room, and trust me, they came ready. The debates are real, the stakes are high, and every second on that clock counts. Introducing our very first contestant, my girl Nurys. Hey, Nurys.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm feeling good. I feel like I came here a little bit like left out. I'm missing a chain. So I'm hoping to get something like that by the end of the show. Just saying.
Okay. I was like, where's this going? But I see what you did there. And she is here as well. One of our favorites here at the show, Erika. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Are you feeling left out too?
A little bit. I was going to say you can borrow my necklace and I'll wear that chain.
Oh, they are starting very early, I'll have you know. Well, ladies, as you know, this game is just not about getting the answers correct. You have to know what you were talking about. And more importantly, you got to clock it. So give that big buzzer a hit. That is exactly what you'll be doing anytime you want to clock in and give your answers. Let's get it rolling with our very first question. Whose ex-boyfriend says he knew she wouldn't become president of the United States? Erika.
Kamala Harris.
Now, for the people who have been living under a rock, because when she started her campaign, I saw these pictures floating around everywhere. Let them know, who was Kamala's ex-boyfriend and what did he have to say?
So Montel Williams is Kamala's ex-boyfriend, and he basically said that, you know, it's not that she can't do it. She definitely can do it. He has all the faith in her, but he was like, the world is not ready for a female president. The world was not ready for a black president when Obama was the president. So he kind of was just talking about that. He's like, I have faith in her. I want her to do it, but he's like, I just know that nobody's accepting her.
Yeah, when I first saw the headline, I was like, wait a minute, why is he coming for her? But then I was like, okay, I see what you did there. He actually sat down with Maury. Who knew that Maury had a podcast? He sat down with Maury, and this is what he had to say.
I think that, you know, there was a lot of misconception about who she was and who she is. One of the smartest people I think I've ever met in my life. And I give her credit for that. And think that, you know, could she have done a good job? Without a doubt. But I think circumstances and timing were all bad. For this country to, and you know, people can get as mad at me as you want. Anybody out there who thinks that America is going to elect a woman in the next 4 or 5 years, you are crazy.
He said that with his whole chest, I'll have you know. But he actually brings up a very good point because Kamala's campaign raised a lot of discourse surrounding women and electability. Do you think we'll ever see a woman as president of the United States in our lifetime, Nurys?
I absolutely believe that. I mean, we've already had Hillary Clinton run, Kamala Harris, rumors going around that she may come back again, and word is also going around that AOC might even be up there too. But like, what you're looking at is just women who are ready to take the lead in guiding, you know, new government statements and, you know, the people and giving back to the community in the best ways that they can. So by doing that, I think America really doesn't know it, but we are ready to see a woman in line as a president for the United States.
Yeah, I'm interested because as he mentioned in the longer version of this, like America wasn't even ready for a black president, let alone a black woman president. So this would be very interesting to see in our lifetime. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that we will, but I am hopeful like you, Nurys. Yeah. I hope that one day we can actually make this happen. Now, for you personally, Erika, was it shocking to know that Kamala dated Montel Williams?
I had no idea. And at first I thought it was Montel Jordan. I'm not going to lie. I was like, okay, I see you, girl. But I mean, no shade at all because Montel Williams is amazing. So I thought that was really awesome. I didn't know that like they dated for so long and all that. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, when she first came out with her campaign and she was running, I was like, I know that we were going to find out some things about her that we did not know, but this was definitely one of the ones that was a shocker to me for sure. But hey, do your thing, girl. I am not mad at it. All right, let's keep it rolling. Next question it is, ladies. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Which company is apologizing for their wild cherry tweet? Nurys.
That would be Pepsi.
Now, what did the tweet say? Because we are living in a climate where all of these different companies are getting besides themselves on Twitter and Threads. So what did this one say?
Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly verbatim.
Okay.
It said something like, Pepsi Wild Cherry is what happens when regular cherry stops asking permission. Nope. There it is, right there.
Okay. Given the other tweets that we see right here, right? So the crack me, sip me, taste me, tease me. It was all in a sexual nature, so it was hard to believe that this one was not in a sexual nature. Now, was there validity in the outrage that these tweets caused? Or, Erika, are we just living in a hypersensitive world?
It's both, right? Because those tweets had me clutching my pearls.
You know?
Because what do you mean? Like, what we know what you mean, but like, what do you mean?
Right.
So it was very interesting. I feel like I understand why people would be hypersensitive about it. I don't think they meant any malice by it or by saying it or anything like that. But I do feel like they were trying to be like Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know, Wendy's always has something slick to say, and Wendy's always gets like all of that. Everybody being like, hey, Wendy's is lit.
And Burger King too.
Exactly. So they were like, hold on, we can do something, but they just like didn't do it correctly.
Yeah, a large amount of the conversation that was happening on the internet was that this tweet promoted non-consent. Do you agree, Nurys?
I mean, obviously, the verbiage comes off a little bit triggering, if you will, but like, you can't just tell me that a bunch of people in marketing for Pepsi sat down in the same room and said, hey, this is a really good idea. In my point of view, I just believe strongly that they're just trying to target an audience. Let's focus on the young bloods, you know? They're using words like
Crack me.
crack and sip. And
You're even scared to say it.
You know, I'm like, can I say this word?
Yeah.
But it's almost like, you know, they are focusing on a targeted audience. You can tell. And to me, I'm just like, I may not drink Pepsi because of it. So like, are you trying to do the right thing here? Like there's a line that you're crossing and trying to be like, you know, cool, modern, trending, you know, all these things. But it's like, stay in your right place.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Everyone can't be Wendy's, because even Wendy's sometimes I'm like, hey, Wendy, did you mean to tweet that? Are you okay? Not too much, right? All right, Erika, 100 points you have on the board. Nurys, you're at 100 as well, making it a tie between the both of you. Let's advance on to our very last question in this round. Who is hoping to go on tour with Taraji P. Henson? Erika.
Wait, I forgot the answer. Hold on. Do you know?
Okay, Nurys, go ahead and buzz back in, my girl. What's the answer, Nurys?
Tyrese.
Yes, the correct answer is Tyrese. You are correct. Now, what tour is Tyrese going on, and why does he want Taraji to join him?
This is how he's so unrelatable that not even Erika remembers it. No, real talk. This man, he's about to do a tour from his 2024 album. I believe it's called, I can't even remember myself.
Yeah.
But it's his album that came out back in 2024. So he's going to be pushing that for a tour, hitting 40 cities. And he thought it would be a really good idea to bring in Taraji, because they both used to work together way back in a film back in 2021. And he really wants to make this tour come out more than just like a concert. It's supposed to be like an experience, telling stories, singing songs, acting, even bringing back the memory of his like mother and things like this. So, you know, all good luck to him.
Yeah, so TMZ actually caught up with Tyrese as he was leaving the airport, like they do most people. And this is where we found out this information, but let's check out what he had to say about this upcoming tour of his.
I've been in your living room for 25 years now, and you have never seen me act live on stage and transition into singing. So I'm excited. And I hope if she sees this video, I hope I can do the tour with Taraji.
He's so dramatic. Even like the grand effect of walking off after he said what he said, it's like, okay, Tyrese, we get it. Now, Erika, in your personal opinion, what is the likelihood of Taraji going on tour with Tyrese?
Let's be honest. Taraji, Tyrese.
I'm with you, girl.
Like, what's the question?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's going to happen. I think she's booked and busy. I don't think she has time for it. I think, like, he was trying to throw it out there because he was trying to, like, be like, hey, girl, like, you can help me with my tour. But she's like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm doing my own thing. And, you know, it was funny because he did kind of like a mic drop, like, I hope Taraji comes.
Yeah, and
kind of
like, just like skirts off.
Yeah.
He is hilarious. Now, if they were to go on tour, Nurys, why would this be such a special moment?
Because it's going to be hitting the 25th anniversary of the movie that I was just talking about. I believe
Baby Boy.
Baby Boy, yes, yeah. So it's a classic. It came out back in 2021. So it's 2001. So this year would mark it the 25th anniversary.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day, yes.
I thought it was interesting, too, that a while ago we did talk about how Taraji P. Henson was mentioning that, like, Tyrese got the Fast and the Furious franchise, and he was constantly getting these different roles, and then she was stuck in the same, like, same character throughout the time, which is crazy because she's amazing in everything she does. So I feel like Tyrese felt like kind of bad about it. He also was like, hey girl, you can come on tour with me.
Yeah. And he was trying to maybe possibly felt some kind of guilt because he has gone on to do other things in franchises, and she came out and said that she didn't. So I kind of understand what he was doing. However, I feel like Taraji is great where she's at and the things that she is doing in life. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of round 1 of Clock It. Erika, you are sitting with 100 points on the board. Nurys, you up.
Oh, okay. We up.
Yes, you are up by 100 points, but it is that time in the game where we take things up a notch because each question in round 2 is going to be worth 200 points. Here we go. First question. Which radio personality is calling Charlamagne a Jay-Z groupie? Nurys.
Funk Flex.
Nice. Now, give us the history of this long-standing beef between Charlamagne the God and Funk Flex.
Well, both of them are radio personalities, also strong in the hip-hop environment and genre, and they both have strong personalities. So the beef was just really like, you know, who's gonna get the top charts with, you know, getting the listeners. But then that also came in when you're trying to be number 1, you're gonna suppress number 2. So Funk Flex was throwing some shades here and there to the point where even Charlamagne the God was sending some cease and desist. So there's a little bit of like jab beefs in there, real ones. But at the same time, like on top of it, it's just ego too, just chomping away at each other. So they've had this beef for a little while.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth for a minute. I mean, Funk Flex works for Hot 97, and then you have Charlamagne who works for iHeartRadio, Power 95 and 105.1. So they are the top 2 markets in New York. Of course, they are going to go head to head, but this beef is now rolled over into like personal beef in real life. Why is Funk Flex now recently calling Charlamagne a Jay-Z groupie?
So he's calling him out. A while ago when Charlamagne started, he said there was like this rumor going around that Charlamagne made, which they don't think it's a rumor anymore, but basically Jay-Z got him fired from radio. So that was like a whole thing until Charlamagne became big, and obviously you want to have Jay-Z interviewed, you want to be at his shows, all this stuff. So he's like, oh, I don't know who started that rumor. So they think that he's just like basically riding his coattails and just trying to be with Jay-Z out all the time.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one because I definitely remember Charlamagne was the one who said that, or alluded to at least, that Jay-Z had gotten him fired. So for him to not know where this is coming from, it's like, sir, it came from you. Now, what is Funk Flex alleging that Jay-Z is using Charlamagne for?
I mean, if you don't know who Charlamagne is, I mean, you better at least know what The Breakfast Club is.
Yeah.
And it's a big, big platform. And Charlamagne the God, I mean, he's been in the game for a long time, so he has a strong platform. Jay-Z comes in the picture where Funk Flex is saying, like, yo, this man is actually using Charlamagne's platform to raise Rock Nation and influence, you know, the public, the listeners, to try to stick with Rock Nation, with Jay-Z's music. And it's almost like, Funk Flex is almost like saying, like, yo, Charlamagne, like, you think that's your boy, when really he's just kind of using you on the road.
Yeah, this beef has been long-standing, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. Erika, 100 points you have. Nurys, you're at 400. Not saying anything, Erika, but it is a 300-point difference between the two of you. If you were ever going to make a comeback, maybe now would be the time. Just saying, throwing that out there. Let's keep it rolling to our last question in this round. Whose production company inked a first-look deal with Universal Global TV? Erika.
Viola Davis.
Ooh, okay. I see you. Now, what is the name of her production company?
It's called Juvie because I believe her husband's name is Junior, and then her name is Viola. So it's very cute, Juvie Productions.
Yes.
And they have done like plays, they've done musicals, they've done short films.
Yeah.
And now they're working on some new films with some other great writers. And we're really excited about that.
Yeah, some of the series you may know is The First Lady, and then also The Woman King, which we all famously know, of course. But what does this new deal with Universal Global TV look like, Nurys?
It's really cool. It's actually going to give Juvie that opportunity to expand even further than they are with the great production that they've already done. And this includes doing like scripts with Juvie. They're going to also expand the content, and they're also going to provide a studio surrounding environment for Juvie to do their production work in it. So it's a really solid contract.
They actually have something very soon that they're going to be releasing. It is a new project under this new partnership. Can you tell us more about that?
That I wish I could. I wish I could.
It's called Pawns.
Yeah.
There it is.
So it sounds really interesting. Like the concept of the show basically is that this woman is put into like families like that has secrets and makes money, and like a crime mob family basically, and she's supposed to be the pawn that like figures everything out. But of course, she falls in love with her boss. And then they're like, oh, well, now I need to become the queen because he's the king. It's like a whole thing.
Oh, I love this. This sounds good. I definitely will be tuned in to see what this is going to be like.
And clearly I will too.
Yeah, tap in, for sure. I'll say that. All right, Erika, 300 points you have. Nurys, you are at 400, a 100-point difference between the two of you, but it is that time in the game where we take things up a notch yet again, because in the next 2 rounds, we'll give each contestant the opportunity to answer 5 questions worth 80 points each. In total, they have the opportunity to rack up 400 points. Now, how the game works is if the contestant answers the question correctly, boom, they receive the points. But if the contestant does not answer the questions correctly, no points will be given for that specific question. Nurys, my girl, you are up first.
Let's go.
I got some questions to ask you.
Okay.
Specifically, there's one thing I want to know if you are tapped into.
Let's hear it.
Who is pulling the plug on their free-to-play mobile racer for good?
It is the last console I ever played, Nintendo.
Oh, you are right. Okay, let's see how much you know about this one. What mobile game is Nintendo shutting down?
Mario Kart Tour.
You are correct. On what day will Mario Kart Tour permanently shut down?
This year, September 29.
That is soon. When did Mario Kart Tour launch?
Back in 2019.
Yes, September. So I see what they did there. September, giving it a long run. How will Nintendo give fans an opportunity to spend any remaining currency?
They're going to be able to use their internal game currency with in-game shops and farewell events.
You are correct. Will Nintendo release an offline version of Mario Kart Tour?
Unfortunately, no.
Dang, that is sad to see. All right, my girl, you did get all 5 of those questions correct, racking up an extra 400 points in total, putting you at 800 points. Now, what does Mario Kart Tour ending mean?
Well, for all of the non-gamers, Mario Kart Tour is a free-to-use app that you can get on iOS or Apple, and it's basically where you take all the main characters and you can race them in inspired real-like tracks like Tokyo, Paris, yeah, things like this. And so it's free to use, free to download, and it's actually very popular. It did really, really well. So I'm actually wondering why they actually are shutting this down. But I mean, they did it before the pandemic, and it's now coming into more than just 5 years now of it being active. So I wonder what the cause of it is. But other than that, I mean, it looks like it did well, including over 200 million downloads.
Yeah, they had like a 7-year run. So I'm interested to know too, like, what is going on? But too, is this the mobile game? Is it shutting down as a whole? Like,
it's just the mobile game.
Okay.
It's just the app. So, like, if you're a gamer in general and you love Mario Kart, like, it's not going anywhere. Don't worry. Like, Nintendo's still there, Sega, all these things. It's really just taking down specifically that app, the free-to-use app.
Gotcha. I was wondering, because I'm like, you have Universal, who is like a whole like structure dedicated to them rides and everything. So I'm like, if this goes away, do they take that down? Does it still exist? Like, what happens? But I'm happy to know that. So what does it mean for users who have subscribed to this game? Like, do they just have nothing to do, or what happens?
No, so yeah, basically they're called the Gold Pass members. And so if you have a subscription with Mario Kart Tour, you have certain free access to certain things. You get early access, you get extra points, things like this if you're really into it. And they're gonna be able to play all the way until the end of the closing of the application. But for those who are non-users, they're still gonna be able to have some of those benefits, but up until like August when there's like a special event happening. So if you're a gold member, like you got some perks coming in for you still.
So you get to hang in there until September, until it's gone away.
Pretty much.
Okay, good to know. Now, how much success has Nintendo had in the mobile space?
Well, let me just put it to you this way. If you have ever played Pokemon Go, because guilty, yes, that's how successful they've been. They're the same creators. And that's why I'm also like wondering, like, what is the cause of them shutting down? Is it just because of marketing? It's time to move on to something different because it's been too free for too long, maybe, who knows? But other than that, I mean, they've been doing pretty well in my point of view. When you got over 200 million downloads within like the first year and revenues of over 200 million, I mean, it's like, what's the problem?
Yeah, so. I agree. Erika, I saw you raise your hand there. Are you a gamer too? Are you tapped into this?
In the Nintendo world, yes.
Oh.
And like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. When it comes to like the other games, not so much. So at first I was like, wait, this app sounds amazing. Like I want to download it, but there's almost no point because
I mean, you have time until September.
That's true, yeah.
Maybe you could be a Gold Pass member and get to the whole extension all the way through. I feel like I learn something new about you every time you're here, Erika. I would not have thought that you were a gamer. Nurys, unfortunately, you give gamer. I don't know what that means. I think just because you're into sports, you do like a lot of the things that like most like girly girls wouldn't do.
And I really did stop playing after Nintendo 64, but I do love watching people play video games. Is that weird?
No,
it's a sport. People play it, right?
People stream and watch others play. So
That's how they make millions. Yeah.
Yes, I am your clique, friends.
Love to see it. All right, Nurys, you did have the opportunity to rack up an extra 400 points, putting you at 800 in total. My girl, Erika, it is now your turn. You're sitting with 300 right now, but I have a feeling that score is going to change as we hop into our final round of Clock It, which is our power round, where Erika has the opportunity to answer 5 questions worth 80 points each. In total, Erika, too, can rack up an extra 400 points. How the game works is if Erika receives the correct answers, boom, she gets the points. But if she does not give the correct answers for those questions, no points will be given. Oh, Erika, she's saying she will.
I will.
You got this in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out. Now, which NBA player is expected to sign a historic contract extension?
Victor Wembanyama.
That is a very hard name, I just want you to know. So the fact that you could say it, kudos to you. Let's see how much you know about this, though. Which NBA team is offering the extension?
The Spurs.
You are correct. How many years is the reported contract extension worth?
5 years.
Correct. What is the reported value of the extension?
$251 million.
We are doing the wrong thing. Like, what is happening
I'm
here?
confused.
I'm thoroughly confused. Let me learn how to dribble a ball. What city does the Spurs franchise represent?
San Antonio.
You are correct. What type of contract is Victor reportedly eligible to sign?
Rookie extension.
You are correct. You got all of those questions correct. Racking up an extra 400 points, putting you at 700 in total. Now, Erika, talk to me. $251 million is a lot of money. If signed, what would this deal become in the Spurs franchise history?
So it would become the longest and the largest contract signed by anyone.
How?
Because basically, if he, 251 million is like base. And then if he gets like all these sponsorships and like, what is it called? Like player of the year and stuff like that, he gets more money. So it can go up to $300 million, which is insane because I'm like, why didn't I keep playing sports?
Yeah, sponsorships and incentives on top of having a guaranteed contract. Now, Nurys, I know you work in the world of sports, so you probably are used to this. Did you know you could get this much money?
It's a lot of money. And the thing is, like, you have to keep in mind that we just saw a crazy NBA game between the Spurs and the Knicks. And obviously the Knicks took the win, but that doesn't take away from the fact that people got their eyes on Wemby, on all the additional players. It's like they're like, yo, potential is huge. Let's keep him around. Let's sign a deal that's going to keep him around.
Yeah, and that they are doing now. In addition to signing this huge contract, Victor is finding himself at the center of controversy. Why is that, Erika?
It's interesting because like the Knicks won and Jalen Brunson obviously did his thing and brought them to the championship. And it's like, what about him? I feel like because he's, and this sounds weird, but because he's shorter than 6'6", they're like, he's kind of like pointless. They're like, Victor is 7'4", I believe.
Wow.
And so they're like, he's the face of it. Everyone's rooting for him. But then there was this guy on a podcast that he was like, I went against Michael Jordan. And he's like, I beat Michael Jordan 3-4 times, yet Michael Jordan was the face of it. So he's like, they pick and choose who they want to be the face of it. And he's like, so like he was honoring Jalen too. He's like, he should be it. But I guess they're going with Victor. No shade, but.
There's politics in everything, even in sports. I feel like you're going to always have your favorite person no matter what. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Clock It. And what do you know? She said that she was going to do it, and she did. My girl Nurys is today's winner of Clock It. Here's that chain, my girl, you were talking about that you were missing.
See, now we complete. We got my belt, we got my boots, and the clock.
And it looks great on you. All right, one day, it's a record-breaking contract. The next, it is a corporate apology feud. Or a major career move. You never know what's coming next and what's gonna make us clock it all. Thank you for hanging with us today. I'm your host, Koiya. We'll catch you next time. That was great. Oh my God, that was awesome. Come over.